Hello, today I will be showing you how to install a rear fold-down MOLLE compatible storage rack unit using these simple parts here along with these tools here. And before I begin, let me just say that I give credit to Modern Survival Tactics. Go ahead and find their video. It's labeled MOLLE rack under $70, and that's where I got the inspiration from. I was just looking for a little bit more detailed in order how to install it. So hopefully this video will provide a little bit more detail on how to do that. Okay. Before we begin fabrication, I just wanted to go over some of the parts which I believe in the original video were missing. So I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail on the parts that you'll be using today. Just a quick overview. This is a 4-foot aluminum bar. There's the standard hinges. You'll need 2 of them to hinge to the actual back panel, the FJ. Those large washers you see there are for the aluminum bar. Once it's cut up, it's going to be going across to support it, as the video shows. These are 48-inch long shelf racks that you get at Home Depot for the closet. Oh, just a word of note, most of the parts you see here were purchased at Home Depot and other hardware stores. Pretty common items to get. Okay, so you have 2 racks for the closet. Those will have to be cut down to fit around the grill. The grill itself is a $40 part, just like the video says. It's actually a car grill. The one thing that you didn't mention that I noticed in this particular part is that when you lift it, you'll see that it's actually off-center. It actually has bumps. So it's a little bit raised on one side. I don't think that's really going to be a problem. We'll just work around it. If anything, I might use that side to help support the MOLLE. Okay, continuing on. Those are the little L-shaped brackets. Those little L-shaped brackets will help hold the door when you swing down, which will be attached by paracord. Also, you have 2 bolts right there. 2 bolts are what's going to hold the door open or keep it in the closed position. And there's the various hardware. So there's the eye bolts you'll need in order to make the eyelets, along with the elastic plastic cord. Okay, and this aluminum bar here is about 4 feet long, 1 inch wide. The paracord right there is elastic paracord. It's about 10 feet, which should be enough to wrap around, so you can use as a bungee. Let's go over to some of the tools I'll be using. Just some standard tools, some high-speed drill bits, possibly need a step drill set, a drill, angle grinder just to cut down on some of the actual closet rods so it'll fit around the grill, and a metal cutting disc. Okay, so there's an overview again of the parts. There's the back of the FJ Cruiser. Let's get started. Let's fabricate. Okay, here we have the aluminum bars already cut. They measure approximately 13.5 inches long each one. See, middle support. And you just want to go ahead and count. For me, I just made it easy and use 12 hole counts to center. In case you're just wondering, just line it up. Okay, also if you're wondering, you're actually looking on the back side of the grill. This will be the back side. This will be the one that's in the up position when the door is when the rack is in place. Okay, next step. Okay, here's the next step. The aluminum rods have been cut. The hardware has been mounted. There's the material right there. As you can see, plastic grill. At first I thought these bolts were going to be a little too short, but as you can see, once you really start cranking them down, they give a nice flush appearance. That's what I was worried about, that the bolts would be protruding on the other side. But no, it looks like so far so good. Here's the other side of it. And basically what this does is add support to it, because this is ABS plastic and it is quite flexible. So, okay, on to the next step. Well, folks, okay, here's the finished part of the grill. As far as you see, the aluminum rods are in. They're bolted down. Oh, one thing you might have noticed, I went ahead and flipped it around from the previous one just because it actually worked out better this way. So let me show you around here's the bolts that hold down the grill that keeps it from moving around. Flip it around so you can see it on the other side. Yes. Sorry about the fast movement. And let me say now, oh lordy, boy, that was tough trying to get in there. I'm sure I'll find an easier way of getting those in there, but for the meantime, okay. And this is the grill part, as you can see. It's a lot more sturdy now. It's much more rigid. Okay, next step. Okay, here's the next step. As I showed previously, I went ahead and secured the actual grill into the frame. The frame's a lot more rigid. But now what I've done is I've actually added, you can see the eye bolts are now added. The eye bolts. That's what's going to keep the cord, the elastic paracord, and that's what's going to keep it still. So basically, we'll flip it over so you can see the other underside of it. So basically, it's a 3/16 eye bolts. And you can get these at the local hardware store. There's the package. They're about $1 something, $1.50 per two. Comes with the nuts also. Okay. And as you can see, this is just for demonstration. Here's the elastic paracord here. It's pretty tight. So basically all I did was just weave a pattern here. And the purpose of that, I just tied a little carabiner here at the end, is that later on, if you want, insert tools. See? Lift up. All kinds of things you can put under here. So that's the elastic paracord bungee strap with the eye bolts. Okay, for the next part, we'll be installing the hinges. As you see, I've already taken off the back panel with the FJ. So basically what I've done is taken the hinges and marked them out. Here's the other one. Here's the grill. It's not really attached to anything. Just move the grill out of the way. And as you can see, I've already made the 2 holes for it. Let's continue. Okay, before I drill into the actual back panel of the vehicle, I just wanted to go over the actual hinge installation to the frame, to the grill. Okay, here's the actual. Okay. Now, disclaimer, as you'll see in here, that is a pretty tight fit. So you can see those bolts are kind of crooked holding the hinge. The best way I found to put that in there was to back out the eye bolt on this side. Then that way I can go ahead and start this top hinge screw under there. And then that way everything looks secure. Okay. So once again, that's how you installed actual hinges. Hopefully it's in focus. See, there's some screws underneath there. Okay, now that we actually went ahead and got a little bit ahead of myself here. Now I've installed the bolts to the
the hinges to the actual vehicle body. As you can see, it's already been hinged. It's already in there. Remember earlier I said disclaimer about the bolts being crooked? Well, guess what? When I went ahead and went to open it, it would not open all the way. So that eye bolt was hitting right there. So I had to remove it in order to make it work. So we'll go ahead and more than likely we'll probably move it over to this end or somewhere around here. That way it'll be clear, so I can still use the eye bolt. Okay, so here's the hinges. Okay, you can see. Oh, as far as the specifications for the little screws and stuff, those are just miscellaneous bolts and everything I had. So I'm really not going to go into what size they were. I'm sure you can check for yourself, whatever you might be able to buy for that particular hinge. So let's go ahead and turn it around so you can see on the back side of the FJ, back side of the panel. Okay, there's the bolts coming out. I had to do a little bit of shaving right up in here because this washer was buttoned up against it. Same thing over here. And if something doesn't look it looks out of place or something, like I said, it's just whatever parts I had on hand at the time. Okay, so meaning I went ahead and got ahead of myself. The next step I did was I actually installed the bolt retentions. This is what will hold the vehicle, the bolt in place when it's in the upright position, when it's stowed. Okay, it's just those were the standard bolts. I think there's 1.5 inch, 3/8. And this is the back side of it. Upside down looking. And basically what it is when it's in the stowed position, those bolts will keep it in place. I believe he used some butterflies to hold them still. As you can see, those screws will screw in to hold it into place. Okay, almost done. Should have one more step to go. And here is the finished product. As you can see, I already installed it. I've added some various gear to it. See, here are the butterflies. There's the molly gear attached. Just take a good look at it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the down rack. As you can see. Okay, so the next step will be installing the L bolts, and the paracord that will hold the little table up, so you can get a side view of it. So basically, all I did was use a level to level out where I wanted to have the molly bolts at. Just place the level here. Just to get more or less a level feeling. Doesn't have to be perfect. Here you can see the bungee cords, the elastic. It's drawn all throughout the pattern. Here's my fasteners. Okay, obviously you'll have to take out the originals. And all this is just a long lag screw. I want to say it's about 2 inches. I forgot what size it was, but there's the 2 inch 5/16, as I stated previously, was different. So basically what it is this little L bracket goes behind here. This goes all the way through the end, and this is pretty much what holds up the whole thing. And here you go. Here's the hinges here. And as he showed in the video, you can use various straps to hold everything in place. I really like the little Velcro straps that just wrap around. And here's the back side of the molly. Just a word of note, if your molly is like this kind of, with these kind of straps in it, you will have a difficult time trying to take it back out. It can be done, but it will be difficult. Okay, I hope that gives you an overall view how to install the rack. Hopefully Made it a little bit more detailed so you can go ahead and provide and build your own rack. And depending on what size, this will also work on other types of vehicles with swing out gates, providing it's the rack fits within those dimensions. Okay, thanks for watching.